fight for their liberation.
GW Apparel, a clothing that speaks. Something for the kings, something for the queens. Visit uptsites.com and use promo code SLDG22 and receive 11% off your order. Peace.
It's the Ticket Plug. We've been running an online ticket business for over a decade, and now we've created an easy way for you to do the same thing through our private ticket resale community. Joining our community will give you a way to flip your bread and generate profit income consistently. We provide you with all the tools, training, and resources needed to start your life-changing online ticket business. Zero experience needed. To join our ticket resale community, go to thetickettrap.com. Again, go to thetickettrap.com. That's thetickettrap.com.
The Master's Table by DJ RP Beats and Sincere Love to God, now playing on the internet's #1 destination for true hip-hop. Introducing truthhiphop.com, a meticulously curated platform designed for connoisseurs seeking a superior quality of hip-hop. Immerse yourself in an unparalleled experience of 100% bar-heavy, authentically crafted, real hip-hop. Discover the essence of the genre, reminiscent of its golden era, now playing exclusively at truthhiphop.com.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.
Allah in the person of Sincere Love to God.
That mean they arms too short like Tall Anthony Shaw. What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of Sincere Love to Godcast. I am the God Sincere Love, back in the house once again with my lovely co-host, Nicety Girl in the digital building. What's going on?
I just got in this morning. I'm a little tired.
I was gonna say, what's up with the shades?
Yeah, I didn't get here till 5, y'all. You know, you can't fall right asleep. I feel like I just went to sleep. And honestly, I think the time change threw it off a little bit too. Maybe, I don't know.
Right,
but
right.
It's a little ugly right now.
Shout out to the good brother Torian Rain Reloaded in the building. He said,
"What's up? What's up,
Nicety look like she in paradise, living her life like it's golden."
I'm trying.
Is the honey gold braids in style right now, son? I feel like I've been seeing that.
I was just trying something different, but maybe because it's usually a summertime thing. So you usually wait till summer to do the blondes. Yeah, so I mean it feels like summer here in Cali right now. It's beautiful.
Shout out to y'all.
And we had an earthquake.
When?
Today, like probably an hour, maybe 2 hours ago or so. I was sitting downstairs, in my love seat or whatever, and I was like, it was just going like this. And then my son was upstairs, my nephew is here, and I said, Ty, is there an earthquake going on? He was like, yeah. But usually when I'm upstairs, I feel it more, but maybe because I was downstairs sitting on the couch or whatever, it was just like, it was literally going like this, and I was like, are them niggas running upstairs or something? Like, it just was weird. And then I yelled up there. He was like, yeah. And then I went on X, and then I saw Connie, CC Friedman. She was like, earthquake in LA. I was like, okay, I'm not tripping.
Can't be played in the background.
We be over here wiggling, y'all. And we be over here
I don't
wiggling.
know how. Hold on. Let me turn that down. I don't know why this is not okay. Yeah, I don't know how y'all get used to that.
You don't.
I mean, the way you talk about it is just like, oh, we had an earthquake today, like, like it was a little windy outside or something. Like,
no, you don't get used to it. It's scary because you just don't know. One thing about earthquakes is like when they're the larger ones, they don't just start off large. Like it's a gradual, you know what I'm saying? So
right, you don't know how it's going to hit.
Yeah, you don't know how it's going to hit. So you kind of pause like, okay, like, what do I do?
Take it up,
or is this going to stop? You know what I'm saying? So you just don't know.
Man, that's crazy, man. But welcome, y'all. Welcome. Y'all come on up in here, man. As y'all coming in here, you know what to do. Hit the like button. Share this out on your social media platforms. Let everybody know that we are live with another episode of Sincere Love to Godcast right now. Shout out to the family in the building. I see some chick named Star.
Hey,
shout out to some chick named Star. Crew Reality. I think I said your name right this time, King. Reality. I be saying his name all wrong. I got to get you right. Shout out to Torian Rain in the building, EJ in the building, all of the family in the building, man. Quat Man. Shout out to Quat Man in the building. Quat Man said Doechii is a Gen Z queer theater kid. Her music ranges from conscious to ratchet. Heteros and Gen X and baby boomers need not be overly triggered by her. That's what we're going to be talking about in
Mhm.
part today. On today's episode, we're going to be getting into some of the recent controversy with Doechii. She did an interview on, I don't know what she was on, but she did an interview and she was asked about some of her red flags when it comes to dating. And she said straight men was
Weird.
a red flag for her.
That's weird. I mean, and I'm saying that's weird if she's a straight woman. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
But
she's not. Like my man just said, she's a queer, whatever, But those of y'all that
mm-mm,
tune in on a regular, y'all know I've been
mm-mm.
called this. The minute I started paying attention to Doechii, now I like Doechii music, you know what I'm saying? I feel like
I don't even know it.
she's talented, you know what I mean? She definitely got the skills. But I seen it right away. I already knew what was coming. I've been mentioning it over and over on this broadcast, on this platform, because I wanted to put it out there because I knew it was coming. I wasn't sure it was going to happen this fast,
Right.
but I definitely knew it was coming. I'm like, this is just like going to be like another Janelle Monáe kind of situation. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't sure if she was FBA or not. I think she is, but I was
I'm hearing that she's Nigerian, or at least her father is.
her father.
Something to
Her
that effect.
father, he sounds like an FBA dude from Florida. I
Maybe I'm
seen
saying they're using it. Let me find it.
I seen her pops. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into all this in a minute. Let me just finish the intros and get all this stuff out the way
Let
because
me find it.
another topic we're gonna be getting into today is Dr. Umar Johnson.
Ooh, Mr. Point your feet, wagging his finger, folks. Mr. Wag his finger himself. Oh
We
yeah.
gonna be talking about Dr. Umar Johnson, the always controversial Dr. Umar Johnson. Has he officially become a caricature of himself,
Yes.
or is it calculated controversy and he's being strategic with using the internet for what it's worth? We're gonna talk about some of the stuff that's been going on with Umar lately. Um, those are our main two topics for today, man. So y'all buckle up, y'all get ready to get into this and share this out. Let the family know to come on up in here so we could chop it up with y'all this afternoon. Um, did you want to get into any other topics before we talk about those, or you want to go straight into it? What you want to do?
Well, yeah. One, I want to say happy 20th birthday to my son. He turned 20
Hey, yes.
yesterday. And the reason why I came in at 5 a.m. is because I actually partied with my son.
That ain't
I
nothing
took her
wrong.
to it was a Jersey theme party or whatever they had. You know, everybody had to wear their team jerseys. I wore my Malcolm X jersey, of course. But we had a good time. It was fun to hang out. His father, his cousin, um, his girlfriend. We just all hung out. After that, we went to eat. Set up at Denny's of all places till like 4:30 this morning until we got home this morning. So I
But what
just
kind of
hung out
place
with
was it
him.
that y'all went? What that was hanging out at?
It's a club. We
It
went to
was
a
a
club.
club. And
Hmm.
so did you feel how'd you feel? How'd you feel?
I felt old. So let me say this. It's the women obviously are much younger, I feel like, but them old niggas be up in there thirsty. Them old dudes be up in there thirsty, like still trying to dress young, you know what I'm saying? Like hair, salt and pepper. Not that that means you're old, because some people can, grade prematurely, but these is old niggas.
I'm
Like,
like, damn, is that me? Is
no, no, no,
that
no, no, no.
am I old
These are
niggas?
literally old dudes. The women still young, 30s, like in their 30s and stuff. In there, a few older because I'm past 30. But yeah, it was fun though, just to see him, have a good time and stuff like that. So that was fun. What else happened? All right, today is my cousin Keisha. She's been on the show. Today is her daughter's birthday, Alayla. Happy birthday, Alayla. And she's having a 90s themed birthday party today. So we're going to that after the show.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Happy birthday to Ty Weezy. Shout out to Ty Weezy, man. And today is also my nephew's birthday. Shout out to my nephew, Daryl Wayne. Happy birthday, my brother's son.
Happy birthday, Daryl Wayne.
He's 19 today, I think. 19, yeah, I think he's 19 today. Or is he 18? I think he's 19. Somewhere around there. But happy birthday to him. But yeah, I know that, me and my son, we was at a little lounge for the tank fight. What was that, last week? Last week or the week before? That was my first time, hanging out with him too. He just turned 21 back in January. And so, it was cool though. It was cool. I ain't feel old or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I fit it. I'm right there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just a little different though. You look over and see your son. Look over and see your son like, oh shit, you up in here?
Listen, it was one stripper, so it was a regular club. They did have a pole in there, so it was supposed to be this guy. He's a LA rapper named Joe Moses that was supposed to perform last night. So my son doesn't know him that well, but his girlfriend does. So she was like, he's cool if you like such and such. I never heard of him, obviously. So we were waiting for him to perform. There were some other youngsters that performed last night to a little rap group. And so his dad sitting up there in the corner, I just looked at him. I said, do you feel like an old nigga up in here? Because he literally was just, the stripper got on the stage and she twerking or whatever. And then I said, Ty, well, go give her $1. She's working hard. So he went up there, he and his girlfriend, and he came back. He said, Mom, I saw her, vagina. And his daddy looked at him and was like, yeah, you were supposed to. It was so funny. He's like, Mom, I seen her vagina. And I said, his daddy looked at him. He said, yeah, you supposed to. Yeah. It was just so funny the way, like, he thought, like, he wasn't supposed to see anything. I was like, yeah, she's bent over, son. That's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what's up, man. Shout out to Ty Weezy, man. Living his best life out here.
Yeah, trying to.
Yeah. But let's talk about Doechii, man.
I just sent you something. I couldn't send it for some reason from my X on my iPad, so I DM'd it to you on X about her father. Some information people were researching that I saw.
Okay, let me see what you're talking about, because I seen an interview with her pops. He was on a podcast. I don't know the name of the podcast. It's not like no big platform or nothing, but he was on some podcast, and I was checking out some of the interview or whatever. Sound like a country FBA nigga to me. But let me see what this say. Nah, his rapper name is Soul Snatcher. This says her father is a Dekunle Aduwula, a Nigerian rapper, also known as Soul Snatcher. Yeah, that was him, Soul Snatcher. That's the guy that interview I was looking at. But this don't look like him in the picture though. This ain't him in the picture. These two dudes that are in the picture.
Maybe he's going by a persona of someone in the picture, because that looked like an old picture, don't it?
I don't know. Let me see though.
If you zoom.
Let me look into this, because neither one of those in that picture are definitely not him. Those are definitely not him. Snatcher the Boss. Let me see what I can find. I'll show y'all a little bit of the interview that I was looking at, but I want to see
I'm gonna send you
something right here real quick.
I was seeing there.
Yeah, I mean this let me pull up the video I was looking at real quick, man. Y'all bear with me 1 second. I just want to show y'all what he looked like. I'm not going to play too much.
I have him on here. He don't. Well, I don't know if this is him. He can pass for Tether. I'm sorry. Look, I DM'd it to you on X again.
Because you know, when I first, like I was saying earlier, when I first started paying attention to her, I already seen said
Where
Inspector
it was
Sincere
going.
on the case. Yeah, I already seen where it was going as far as the agenda. So that's the first question I asked myself. Where's she from? And when I saw Florida, you know, Florida and New York, that's like a red flag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as I was able to dig into, I didn't see anything that suggested she was from a foreign background. But also they could have been intentionally trying to hide that stuff too.
Yeah.
Because
Especially
this was
now.
months ago when I started looking into it, and I didn't see nothing about her father. But I only recently saw this interview with her father, like after the Grammys. But this is, let me go over to the page right here. This is him right here. Let me show y'all. Where the hell is it? Okay, there you go. The one that has the skull cap on, that's her
That's the
father.
dad. Wow, he
And let
looks
me
young.
show, and listen to him speak.
Friday, and people knowing my name and my face now, you know what I'm saying? And you know, in your career as you're growing up and this and that after, you know, certain amount of projects and different things, you know what I mean?
So I don't know if that's Akinyule. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but like I just found out, the dude from Making the Band, Chopper. He was on Making the
Yeah,
Band with Diddy and
yeah.
stuff like that.
The one that's
Raised in New
from
Orleans.
Louisiana, right? Yeah.
He sound country as I don't know what, like straight from the dirty South. He was doing that podcast where they are all doing the Diddy, stuff or whatever, interviewing everybody from the Making the Band. He was like, well, yeah, you heard me. I'm Haitian. You heard me? All this time, never knew that. But he sounds just like, a Southern FBA from New Orleans. He has the vernacular, he has the accent, everything. But now I'm Haitian. Like, this is the first time that I heard that from that podcast. And this is like, he just said it a month or so ago that he's Haitian. First time ever hearing it.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. You know, maybe he just grew up down there.
Yeah,
I don't
he said
know.
he did was.
I don't know. But I just always see her with her mom, and
Yeah.
you know, like the interviews that I've seen with stuff like that, she always shout out her mom. She don't really say much about her dad. Like at the Grammys, her mom was there on stage with her.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
That was the
saying?
first time I heard of her at the Grammys, by the way. I'd never heard her music. I don't think I've seen her name, nothing until she won the Grammy.
I've been watching her for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? My daughter started liking her, and so I started even watching even more. You know what I'm saying? After my daughter's brought her up a few times, and I've been telling my daughter, look out for this. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I'm like, yeah, she cool, she dope, but I'm smelling, I'm smelling some feminism.
right,
I'm smelling some LGBTQIA. You know what I'm saying? And not just saying, you know, a certain lifestyle is your lifestyle is your lifestyle. That's fine, but I'm talking about the agenda being pushed.
right.
You know
Where
what
they
I'm
get
saying?
elevated so quickly in their career.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing. Like she was bubbling kind of underground for a minute.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? And then just all of a sudden, boom, like the minute
boom,
that she
Grammy.
hit, she just took off. She just took off. Like all of a sudden, she everywhere. She being embraced by in the fashion world. You know, she's out in Paris, Fashion Week, all of this stuff.
With her
You know,
vagina out. You saw that?
I didn't see that. No, I need to see that.
Yeah.
Where that at?
Let me
DM me
send
that.
that. Yeah, I'm about to DM you that. And it looks like it was an accident. Like she was doing some red carpet event, and the dress had a high slit, and she was trying to, I guess, move the dress over, and she didn't have underwear on. Whole vagina out.
Kevin says Doechii is literally a queer woman. You homophobes are ridiculous. Why are we homophobes? Why are we homophobes? I just got finished saying I don't got no problem with people having whatever lifestyle that they choose to have. I don't care about that. That's not the issue. You know what I'm saying? But it's different when you allow yourself to be used as a tool to push certain agendas onto the community to try to put your alternative lifestyle above your race and all of that, and try to attach it to your race, try to use blackness, the plight of blackness, to try to divert the energy into your alternative lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Which only benefits
Right.
the white LGBT community, by the way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Black people only get to be used as mascots to funnel energy, resources, and all of that into the white LGBT community. So that's the thing that we have a problem with, Kevin. That's the thing that we don't like to see. I don't care who somebody decides to sleep with. That's their business.
And why do we
I don't
have to
have
know?
I don't have no problem with that. That's their business. Like I respect Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean, he don't allow himself to be used like that. You know what I'm saying? He's a gay man, bisexual, whatever he is. He seems to be very comfortable within his sexuality. And he don't go out his way to try to push that or shove it down people's throat. He just is who he is.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
you notice with these artists who, do live the alternative lifestyles, it's always, queer artists or gay artists or, what I'm saying? But when it's a straight one, we don't have the headline straight artists or heterosexual artists. They have to wear it like some type of badge. Like they're the ones who announce, what I'm saying, their sexuality. And then as soon as someone comments on it, now we're heterosexual. I'm not heterosexual, but homophobic. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why is that a thing? She's just an artist, singer, actress, rapper, whatever the case may be. Queer or gay or lesbian and all that stuff should not even be in the headline.
Right. And we're not gonna just act like we're not seeing what we're seeing, Kevin. We understand that just because you're talented, which she is,
Right.
just because what I'm saying, you're a dope artist or whatever the case may be, does not automatically mean that you're going to be pushed straight to the top, that you're going to be platformed, that you're going to be embraced so openly. You know what I'm saying? Doechii's, what we see, the Doechii that we're seeing now is a creation of the white media.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She didn't get this to this level organically. This is a creation of the white media. And they choose people that they want to elevate like that for specific agendas. It's not just entertainment, it's mind control.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so we're not going to act like we don't see that. Why is Doechii having so much success so quickly? Why?
Mm.
Why?
No
You know what I'm
one knew
saying?
of her. Not a lot of people knew of her, me being one, and then she just elevated Grammy nomination, or not even nomination, but win. Over
Right.
some of the people that we did know about. You know what I'm saying? Had been kind of a little bit of mainstream and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Over those people. Not to say she didn't deserve it or wasn't as talented, but I didn't know her.
Again, I think she's dope. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? I think she's dope. I think she is deserving of the success. But I'm just saying there've always been people who are deserving of this type of success who just don't get it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
And why not?
one of the things that I pointed out again months ago to my daughter, I seen an interview that she did when they was asking her what she was reading. They was like, "What you reading currently?"
Oh Lord, yeah.
And the first thing that she brought up was Bell Hooks. I remember sending that video. I was trying to find it today. I can't find it, but I remember sending that to my daughter months ago. Like, see, this is another clue right here for you right here. You know what I'm saying? And for those that don't know, Bell Hooks, feminist writer who has spent her entire career trying to draw a wedge between black men and black women and demonizing
Mhm.
black men.
Talking about patriarchy and all this bull crap. Yeah.
Right. Taking the
Yes.
focus off of white supremacy, talking
Mhm.
about a patriarchy that doesn't exist in the black community.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so I seen that was more confirmation for what I already, because I don't even know what it was at first that set me off. It's just, the spidey senses just go up. You know what I mean? But that was one of the first clues that I saw. And there's pictures of her holding up Bell Hooks books and all that stuff. And I'm saying, I'm gonna ask you this, Kevin, and anybody else who, you know what I'm saying, feels like we're just being homophobic or whatever the case may be. If she was if she was asked that same question about what she was reading and she brought up Shahrazad Ali,
Right.
if there was
Ooh.
pictures of her holding up Shahrazad Ali's books, would she be
Ooh.
getting platformed the same way?
Right.
Would
Dr.
she be
Francis Cress
being
Wilson.
right? Would she be being embraced by the white media in the same
Right.
way? You know what I'm saying? Because what she does, she tries to cloak it in blackness. She talks
Right.
about being a black woman, black womanhood, and she puts a lot of emphasis on being a dark-skinned black girl. You know what I'm saying? And how that is, you know, an extra layer of being oppressed or whatever the case may be.
Lord.
All of those things was like red flags for me because I'm like, okay, you're
Mhm.
talking about blackity black, 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 but what is it that you're advocating for in regards to black people? Okay, so you black this, black that, and you know, you want to be this representative for black whatever. So what is it that you're calling for
Within the
black people?
community.
You know what I'm saying? For black people
Right.
to do, for black people to have, for black people to receive. What is it that you're calling for? And only thing I'm hearing you say are things that are meant to divide black men and black women, and
Right.
also black straight people from black queer people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't hear you calling out white supremacy
Ain't
and
gonna do
talking
that.
about us as a black unit, as the black family, all being in the same boat and all of that. We don't see that. I listen to the music. I listen to the album. I'm hearing what she's talking about. I watch some of the interviews and all that. I'm hearing what she's talking about. She
And I
not on
won't be
that.
surprised that she got a white partner. Black, 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 black. At the same time.
I'm mad that she said black men are a red flag. Meanwhile, so many women are
Black
scared
straight
to pump
men.
gas at night because of straight men. So many women are sexually assaulted by straight men. All right, I'm not even gonna argue whether that's true or not. Let's just say that it is true. Black women have to worry about being attacked at the gas pump by straight black men. Is there a system in place that protects those straight black men?
Right.
Are
From
those
doing
are
that.
those straight black men allowed to attack black women at the gas pump with impunity?
Right.
Is this happening on a systematic level, or are there some dusty niggas out there that do dusty shit here and there?
Right. And then you have her doing these interviews with people, other women that don't even challenge that question. You know what I'm saying? Just going with it.
Yeah, I think that was the
You know what I'm
girl that she
saying?
was talking to. If I'm not mistaken, the girl that she was talking to, that's the girl that's like her hype man on stage with her or whatever.
Hmm.
If
Yeah,
I'm not
but
mistaken,
there
I
was
think
no
that was her.
challenging that. I don't like when they do that because you still have to have someone to challenge. Have a non-biased opinion. Just we need to dialogue. You put something out here like that. I can't just go in the conversation in agreement with you. I have to kind of challenge that ideology. Why do you have that ideology? And as you said, what system is there in place that allows black men to do that to black women? Not only black women, but any woman. There's no system in place that protects them.
Yeah, that
I
part.
hear myself. You hear
That
that
part.
truck?
No,
Okay.
that part. But yeah, the girl, like I said, the girl that she was interviewing with or talking to or whatever, I think that's the hype woman that's on stage with her, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, whoever it was, she obviously shared the same ideology. She said she was about to guess that. She almost knew that was going to be her answer. She was like, "Oh, I was going to
Right.
say men." You know what I'm saying? So, and the thing is, Doechii, I think she's like 25, 26 years old. You know what I'm saying? And so her formative years are like during the Obama era. You know what I'm saying? Where a lot of this stuff was
So,
being pushed heavy in the media, in the school systems, and all of that. And Doechii, even though she's a new artist, she's very polished. You know what I'm saying? When you see her perform and all of that stuff, she looks like she's been developed.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think this is just a person coming
Organic.
out of nowhere,
Mm,
just blowing up
right.
organically. And this is the way that the music industry works now. They've been refining their tactics for a little minute. Like when they tried to elevate like Lil Nas X. The way that they did it with Lil Nas X, it fell flat because it was too blatant, it was too obvious. People could tell
Right.
this wasn't organic. You know what I'm
And he
saying?
wasn't as talented as her. Not to say he's not talented, but he ain't this type of talented if we're going to
Right.
keep it real.
That's that part too. That part was a problem too.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with like Billy Porter or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Not really talented. Cynthia Erivo, she a little look, she could
Yeah.
sing or whatever case may be, but
She too ugly. I'm sorry. I had to say it. That's an ugly woman. She doesn't give sex appeal or beautiful. She's talented, she can sing, but it's something about her look. I don't know what this is,
she's
but
just
it's creepy.
very weird. Yeah, she's very
Yeah,
weird.
awkward.
Hmm. And so, like I was saying, they've been refining the tactics of, putting their plants out there instead of just throwing people out there out of nowhere. They create stories to make it look organic. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna show y'all this video right here where this guy kind of breaks it down how it works. You know what I'm saying? This is what they do. And you can see it. Like there's videos of Doechii when like before the fame or whatever. There's a video out there where I think she quit her job or she got fired from her job. And she's like, I'm about to just go to all these studios and just, I forgot exactly what she said. You know what I'm saying? But, it creates a storyline where this person lost their job and they just went hard on the music and grinded out and all of that. And so these industry people are putting these stories together to make it look organic. Pay attention.
That indie artist that you just discovered, yeah, their label planned that months ago. Every year, a new artist blows up seemingly out of nowhere. And every year, fans ask the same question: was that an industry plant? And the truth is, labels have gotten smarter. The old industry plant strategy was obvious. Sign an artist, dump millions into marketing, and then force them on every playlist and radio station. And fans could see right through it. The new industry plant strategy is different. Labels are engineering success stories while making it look organic. Instead of pushing artists overnight, they build slow, controlled traction. They flood TikTok with fan accounts to create fake grassroots engagement and run content strategies designed to make it look like organic discovery.
It's smart. It's smart. This is a smart strategy. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily done just for the purposes of pushing an agenda. This is the new way of breaking new artists. You know what I'm saying? You gotta adjust to the new platforms and all that. And so, I'll be telling young artists and people like my son and all that, this type of stuff that you need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Because really, it's your story that people buy into. Whether you're talented or not, that's pretty much secondary from making that connection with the audience, having an organic, authentic connection with the audience. That's going to come first. And so the labels, they're kind of behind. They've been seeing this work for real with independent artists, and now they're adapting the strategy, you know what I'm saying, within the machine. Like he said, at first the machine, the whole idea was just throw money at people, put them out there, put them on big platforms and let them go. And they were seeing too many of their artists that they was doing that with fall flat. And so it was a waste of money. So they had to pick up their cues from the indie artists who were doing it this way. And, it's successful. And I watched it happen with Doechii. Like I said, she was already on the radar before she blew. You know what I mean?
I don't like that though. I just wanted to, I don't want, especially for our young kids, because they hear this music, they're into it. It's like you said, she's dope, she's pretty, she has the fashion, she can dance. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now, with this agenda stuff, we're raising another breed of children. You know what I'm saying? They're still on, the stuff that I feel like is not so important.
Says she not ugly, but she not all that fake booty and all. I think y'all talking about Doechii, but Nicely was talking about Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah. No, yeah. Cynthia Erivo is hideous.
Yeah, she wasn't talking about Doechii. She talking about Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah, Doechii is beautiful to me. Beautiful girl. Cynthia Erivo, though, she's really wicked looking. Like, I just can't. I can't.
Yeah.
She gives me creep. And this, I heard something. I don't know how real this is, but supposedly she's gonna be doing a movie about Jesus Christ. She's playing the black queer Jesus Christ or something like that. Something weird I saw.
Is that really
But again,
happening?
they had to throw queer on it.
The black queer Jesus Christ. That's happening?
Yes. even my mom told me about it. She said that she saw it on TikTok. She was like, now, she was like, we don't play about Jesus. Black people do not play about Jesus. I said, this is the reason why Harriet flopped. You know what I'm saying? Because they're taking it somewhere else. Number one, she doesn't, you know, she's just not FBA. She doesn't give it like we can give it. There's other people that could have done it better. But
Mm-hmm.
you don't mess with black people and Jesus. Don't do that. Talking about some
Mm-hmm.
black queer Jesus and making him female.
Yeah, this is my first time hearing this, but sometimes they use controversy to
The sale.
generate sales.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So this could be like some type of rage bait, thing that they doing. Even with the Doechii thing, I found it kind of kind of interesting that at the same time the controversy broke out about her saying, black straight men are red flags. Around that same time, she dropped a new single.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, is this one of those rage
One of
bait
those
things?
things.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be. It could be. I don't know.
It's weird.
But these are the type of things that we just got to look out for, pay attention to. I'm seeing a lot of people talk about it now, ever since this interview kind of went viral. But like I said, I've been on it for a little minute, and so we can't really afford to be behind the curve. We got to see these things coming. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that especially those of us that are raising children, so that we could put them on game. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that me and my daughter already been having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? So she's already, primed where she's like, oh shit, dad, yeah, I see what you was talking about.
Right.
You know,
It's just weird. I don't like that. I don't. It turns me off.
I don't
Turns
know
me off.
Doechii, but I really don't like many new artists. The industry is really sad.
It is.
I don't know. I don't agree with that. There's a lot of dope artists out there. A lot of people, I guess most people are just casual listeners though, for the most part.
Yeah.
And what most people do is y'all wait to see what the mainstream industry is going to present to you. And that's what you're judging everything by. But person like me, I seek out what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Have control over our own playlist now. We can curate. We don't have to just listen to what they play on the radio or what they play on MTV and all of that. Like, we can actually find artists on the internet that are dope, and I find them all the time. So like,
Is that how you found her?
I don't remember exactly when I first heard her. I don't remember when I first heard her. It might have been my daughter. I'm not
Mhm.
sure. I'm not sure. I just know I've been knowing about her, before she really blew up like that. But nah,
I
it's a
feel
lot of
like
artists out there that are dope, major, that are signed to majors, and that
Mhm.
are indies. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta look
I
for them.
I feel like it's weird too because I feel like Cynthia Rivos has flopped several movies at this point, and they're still trying to shove her down our throats. If you notice, like they're just
Yeah.
not giving up. I feel like at what point do y'all get it? She's not it. When we don't like it, we don't accept it, and sit her ass down. I feel like they're intentionally just constantly shoving her down our throat. I see
Oh
her
yeah,
on my
they are,
timeline every day.
for sure. For sure. It's definitely, you're not imagining things. And this is how it works. That's what I was saying to Kevin earlier about, if she wasn't on that type of time, they wouldn't be embracing her like that. They wouldn't be elevating her like that. She would have to get it out the mud like everybody else.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't just roll out the red carpet for you just because they like your music. It don't work like that. They're not in the business of entertainment. They're in the business of mind control.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a bar.
Oh, I stole that bar from Professor Black Truth, by the way.
That was a bar,
Shout
definitely.
out to Professor Black Truth. If y'all enjoy the Godcast, yeah, shout out to Jesse Paris, man. He's right. If y'all enjoy the Godcast, make sure that you like, subscribe, and all of that stuff. And also, there's a super chat challenge going on the Sincere of the God page, so y'all could tap into that as well. Also, you can support us via Cashapp, $GodcastENT. That's $GodcastENT if you want to support us via Cash App. But All right, let's get into Umar.
Oh
Stuff that's been
Lord.
going on with Umar.
Like poor, I mean,
So
not poor Umar. At first, when I saw his daughter come out, or the alleged daughter, I was
yeah,
like, you know what, this is some clout chasing, female. We don't even know if this is really his daughter. And then he comes out basically acknowledging that that's his daughter. I was like, well, that answers that. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff that Umar was saying was weird. But if you're going to play it,
maybe I missed some of it then because all right, what did he say? Because I don't know. It was kind of like in the air for me from what I heard, but I don't. Maybe I didn't see everything. I was
so
like,
for her, I feel like she was just kind of basically kind of throwing him, basically saying he's a deadbeat to her. But it wasn't about child support, which is what he made it about. She made it about time, quality time, calling her, being, in her life in that way. You know what I'm saying? You're, you know, talking about all these children and going here and going there. Here I am in my 20s, trying to reach out to my dad, and he goes out, I've had the same phone number that's been on the internet for such and such time. Why do I have to have the internet phone? You don't have a personal phone? You know what I'm saying? And I have all my we say I have all my paperwork that shows that I've been paying child support. I got all my white man paperwork. She never brought up child support or money ever, ever, ever in her whole conversation that I could hear. He brought up child support. Paying her mother child support does not make you an active father. She's looking for the relationship. That's what I gathered.
okay, okay, cool. All right, so yeah, there was some of it that I missed, but for people that don't know, there's a young lady that was calling Dr. Umar Johnson out online,
Mm-hmm.
claiming to be his daughter, and she was saying that he's never been a part of her life. Um, she wasn't looking for no clout or nothing like that. She
Mm-hmm.
was saying she just wants to have a conversation with her father, and she really just want to meet her sister. She said she knows she has
Mm-hmm.
another sister on her father's side, and she was reaching out to him to get in contact with her sister because she wants to have a relationship with her sister. She's like, she grown now. She's not really looking for that
Mm-hmm.
relationship with her father, but she got a sister out there. She kind of want to know her sister. You know what I'm saying? And when I saw the video, she sounded believable to me. I
Yeah,
didn't
he
think
acknowledged it.
she didn't come across like a cloud chase, and I'm like, damn, she
Mm-hmm.
sounds kind of believable. And I saw a response video that he did. In the video I saw, he didn't really acknowledge it, but he kind of did because he was like, let's meet up next Thursday in Philly, but I'm only gonna meet up with you if you bring your mother with you.
Yeah. I
Right?
saw that, but he was making it about child support. That's the only part, and I feel like that's the disconnect. He said, "Bring your mother." I'll come. He said he'll meet, and he was calling her Baby Smurf and calling the mama Mama Smurf and all this stuff. And I'll meet
I
up with
saw
you
that. Yeah.
because I have my white man paperwork that shows that I've been paying child support when this girl never brought up money. She didn't.
I understand that. I understand that. But it could be now, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But from what I got from his response, what it sounded to me like was he wanted the mother to be there because there's probably more to the story about why he hasn't been in her life.
Well, she's in her 20s now, so now I'm trying to be in your life as a grown woman. I don't need to bring my mama because I'm
Yeah,
trying.
but it
I'm
could,
coming to you as a
but we
woman.
don't know. We don't know. And shit does get ugly when mothers um poison these children against their fathers. I'm
True.
not saying that that is the case, but we all know cases like that where at that point, it's almost like when you look at like with 50 Cent and his son. Like a lot of people
Yeah,
don't like
that
what I'm
was
saying,
the
how
mother for
50
sure.
like yeah, a lot of people don't like how 50 handles his son, but the mom raised the bitch ass nigga. If you're just gonna
One
keep it 100.
thousand, an entitled little bitch,
You know what I'm
an
saying?
entitled bitch.
And so this happens. And so that's what it sounded like to me. Like he wanted the girl to say, like, okay, it wasn't just me not being in your life because I didn't want to be in your life. Your mother kept you away from me. And I'll meet up with you if you bring your mother there because she's gonna have to explain herself.
Right.
That's what I got out of the way he
That's a
responded.
fair, you know, way to look at it for sure.
And if that is the case, and he was just paying child support all of the years, what more do you want from me?
What more do you want from me? DDG is kind of going through that right now too with Halle Bailey. That's her name. Yeah. The sisters, Halle, he just came out yesterday that, his situation I feel like is different though. It's a little weird for me, just based off the stuff that he was saying.
Go
Like he
ahead,
said, I'm only
talk
able
about it.
to
I don't know
see
nothing about
him.
it.
The max that I've had him was 3 days. Basically, he said 72 hours. 72 hours, that's 3 days, which means to me, you guys are dividing the time, right? You basically have him 50%, 50-50 in that way. And it was just, I don't know, weird. He started talking about her image and her good girl image, and I just want my son and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I see them both on Snapchat. He's had the child a couple days ago. Like I was like, well, the baby was just with you. So I don't know what it was about. Recently she did go to some award show and she was dancing with someone. I don't know if that's what it's about. I don't want to say that's what it's about. He said things have been going on in the background for a long time, but I've seen you with your child weekly. You're always live with your son. So it just didn't add up for me. And again, unless he's saving videos, I don't know. But he's live with his son all the time.
Yeah, wasn't that an issue at one point? She didn't want her son on live or something like that. I think I
On the
remember
Kai
that.
Sanat, yeah, I think it was a situation with that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know too much about that situation, but even though you're saying you see him with his son, is she making it difficult though? You know what I'm saying? Like, is
He
something going on
said
behind the
she
scenes
is making
where
it difficult.
that's what I'm
He
saying. So
said she is making it difficult.
sometimes that's still an issue. I'm seeing my son because I'm not having it no other way. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what I got to do to make sure, you know what I'm saying, that I'm a part of my kid's life or whatever the case may be. But on the other flip side of it, I got this person making it hard for me to just do my job. You know what I'm saying?
Well, according to
Undermining my
him,
efforts to just be a father.
I see him 3 days out of a week. He says she lives hella far, so he drives an hour and a half out to see the kid. He popped up at her house to see the baby because I guess both of them was allegedly sick with fevers and stuff. She took the baby to the doctor. Obviously, she's communicating that with him because he knew about it. He popped up at her house. The baby was asleep, or whatever. So he was like, well, he's asleep or whatever, but how about I just chill downstairs in your living room or whatever, and when he wake up, I can spend some time with him. So she's like, no, you know, you're not chilling over here. He sleep. So he felt the way about her not allowing him to chill at her house while the baby is sick. Like, why did I have to just leave? First of all, you popped
Right.
up, you called me and said, hey, I'm on my way.
Right. And to be fair, he could be the one that's on some sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? He could be
Mhm.
bitter about the relationship or whatever the case may be and trying to make it about the
Well, she
kid.
can too, though.
It's really about
She
her.
can too. I'm looking at it both ways. I feel like
Yeah, I don't
she could
know.
be bitter about the situation and using the baby as control, in a way. I'm just saying, based off of what you see just on social media, he has the kid a lot. His mother has the kid a lot. I never thought that she was always on vacation. They just had his birthday party together. Just at his nephew's birthday party in Florida, which was literally like 3 weeks ago. She's on a family trip with you right now. Like, so how is it that he said, and this has been going on since he was born? Y'all were together when he was born. Y'all were like, I don't, it was like, and I know sometimes when you're frustrated, things aren't necessarily articulated the right way. You know what I'm
You
saying?
breaking up. You starting to get
Um,
like glitchy and stuff.
I said maybe he wasn't articulating things the right way because he became frustrated with her. I only get to see him like, 72 hours out of the week. That's 3 days. That's 50-50.
Right. Right. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't follow them. So this is my really first time hearing about that. But in the
Oh,
Umar
it was going down yesterday.
situation,
Academics is going crazy.
and in the Umar situation, it sounded to me like he wanted the girl to hear both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like it seemed like he might have feel like she was kept away from him. And he brought up the child support thing to say, he did that obligation. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted to meet up with her and the mom for a reason. That's what it sounded like to me. I don't
But my
know.
thing is, as far as the child support is concerned, a lot of times you're being forced to do that because the white man paper forced you to. You know what I'm saying? So you have no choice to do that. Sometimes it's because a lot of times women won't go put child support on a dude if they naturally doing it. Some will, some
Most
definitely
will.
will. They don't care. Hence 50 Cent, going back to 50 Cent, but I think he was giving her like 20,000 on his own when he made it. In Atlanta, told her to start a business, everything
Nicely.
on. She her own getting her head. You can get more, take him to child support, and then she cut down to
Nicely.
6,000.
Nicely.
Yep.
Nicely. Refresh your side. Refresh your side because it's mad glitchy and
It's,
going in and out.
okay.
Just go out, go out and come back in or something. But yeah. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying, what the situation is with him, his daughter, the mother, all of that. But for stuff to be aired out like this on the internet, he probably should have just responded to her privately when she was reaching out. Like I said, when I seen the video, she was believable to me. It seemed like she was genuinely trying to just reach out and have a conversation with him, and he kind of ghosted her. Now there could be a good reason for it, maybe not. But if it was me, you know what I'm saying, I would have I would have responded to her privately, you know what I'm saying, and we would have had all of this hashed out privately. I wouldn't have, just ghosted her where she got to go to the internet and do all of this, especially
Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead, say something. Go ahead, say something nicely. Can you hear me?
Now I can. It just popped on.
Okay, go ahead, say something. Let me see if you're going in and out.
Can you hear me now? Microphone check 1 2 1 2.
Nah, it sound good.
Okay.
It sound good. So yeah, I don't know. I just know it's ugly. You know what I'm saying? It should have been handled behind the scenes, but I think it was his mistake by not responding to her and
In private.
handling it privately. You know what I'm saying? I think that was his misstep in that situation. And so now we discussing it here because it's a public situation. But the other thing that I wanted to talk about with Umar, have y'all been seeing him with Doechii?
Oh yeah, I saw some clips about that, and he got upset about a question that was asked.
What he got upset about?
Drewski asked him if he ever bunny hopped. Basically, he didn't use that term, but he was just like, "Have you
Oh,
ever?"
when he said he messed with the Puerto Rican girl, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so this the question. This the question because those clips been going viral, and Drewski. I used to think Drewski was corny, but lately this nigga been having me on the floor. That nigga's funny. Yo, Drewski, he killing the internet right now with the skits and the jokes and shit. He got it. He got it. I like his stuff. And bringing Umar on there because Drewski, those I don't know, he got like a almost like a Flavor of Love type of show going on right now. And he got all of these women in the house, and it's comedy. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a spoof of those type of reality shows. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't go pick a bunch of dimes and bring them in the house and all that. He got like midgets and studs. He got midgets and studs and all types of misfits up in the house. To make it funny. You know what I'm saying? And so he brought Umar in. As a consultant to help him choose his lady or whatever. And to me, the shit is hilarious. The shit is hilarious. But the question is this, though, because, for years now, Umar has been basically a caricature of himself. You know what I'm saying? Like the jokes that people make about him, he has been walking right into it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is further him just embracing the meme that he has become.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's on there using his real talking points. He's not just being a part of the skit just for comedy purpose. Like Umar's funny on accident. You know what I'm saying? Like Umar,
Literally.
when he's not trying to be funny, he's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? For him to go on there trying to be funny, it works because bouncing off of Drewski and the girls and all that, it works. But to me, it diminishes his real cause and his real purpose. Like it further makes people not take you seriously by you doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's a school not opening in 10 years. That's the reason why.
That's right. That's a major. That's what I'm saying. So maybe if he did what he was supposed to do with that, this wouldn't be so bad.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? You being questionable already and kind of untrustworthy already, and people not really taking you serious already. Because remember, we talked about that before about why the Breakfast Club don't mind keep bringing him back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is this: it's not just a problem for Umar. This becomes a problem for all of us because Umar gets used as a proxy to represent all of us who speak about Black empowerment. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They don't look at they just look at us all as hoteps, them hotep niggas, and so they made Umar the face of hotep niggas.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And so him doing this and further trivializing, you know what I'm saying, Black empowerment, because it's like what they was doing back in the days with In Living Color. You know what I'm saying? They would do skits on In Living Color, making fun of like Farrakhan and Shahrazad Ali and all of them.
They sure did.
You know, because they used to be on the Donahue show back then. Those Donahue shows was big, and like a couple of other daytime talk shows. A lot of, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, Minister Farrakhan, Shahrazad Ali, a lot of them, Naeem Akbar, they would be showing up on these daytime talk shows, debating with white supremacists and Klan members and all of that. And Living Color, they made skits about it. And that kind of trivialized it to a certain degree where it wasn't taken as serious as it should be by our people. You know what I'm saying? Our people just looked at it like anybody talking like that was looked at like an Oswald Bates type of nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just plebiscite babbling instead of really listening to what they were saying and really getting the message. And I feel like now Umar is kind of participating in that by doing this thing with Drewski, even though it's funny. To me, it's funny, but I feel like at the same time, it's dangerous for all of us, you know what I'm saying, that are on this mission and that have this cause.
I also wonder too, like all these years you have children. I guess this girl is in her 20s. I'm not sure how old the other one is, but why haven't you ever been married or trying to get married and stuff? Like, you can't preach Black family and, the fatherless boys and I'm starting this school and Black empowerment, but you haven't shown, a divine Black family yourself. We've never experienced that. All the years that we've all, been listening to Dr. Umar, we've never really seen him with a woman, to be honest. He talks about the, Black woman in high regard, but we never seen him with the Black woman.
Right. Right.
And you gotta be and the thing about our kids too is you can't just tell me, you have to show me too. We want to see the example of that. We don't want to just hear about it.
Right. Right. And a lot of people have already, kind of written Umar off and dismissed Umar, whatever the case may be. But he's still out here. He still has a big platform. And I think, platforms like this and other platforms that he's brought on, quote unquote, legitimate platforms that he's brought on. Like I said, it hurts us overall. You know what I mean? That's the problem that I have with it. You know what I mean? I can enjoy the entertainment for what it's worth or whatever, but I also see it as being problematic, something that we have to overcome as a community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that's being weaponized against us, whether we realize it or not, whether he realizes it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because for him, it might be a bag. I'm pretty sure he's getting a bag out of it. You know what I'm saying? So he like, shit, attention. Yeah. How much you pay attention, you know what I'm saying? All of that. Mm-hmm. And so he might just be looking at it like that, his own selfish reasons. He's very
Self-absorbed.
egotistical. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely is. And because I wonder what I'm like, why they've had him on here last year talking about the election. A few of his videos went, viral. When he's been on the Breakfast Club, but they haven't had Tariq on there because he has, a message about reparations. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not talking like Dr. Umar, because he'll talk about, well, black people shouldn't get it, until woo woo, or everybody should get it. He ain't on the lineage base. And that doesn't go with the Breakfast Club narrative because they're not really
Exactly.
serious about it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He serves a
Mhm.
specific purpose.
Purpose.
You know what I'm
They're
saying?
using them.
He serves a specific purpose. So you could try to seem like you grassroots. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You could try to seem like you ain't afraid to bring on controversial figures or whatever the case may be. But behind the scenes, y'all nudging each other behind the scenes, like, ain't nobody taking this nigga serious. Let him go.
Exactly.
Let him go off. Ask him this. Ask him this. We know this one gonna go crazy. Ask him about the snow bunnies. You know what I'm saying? Then they just throw the same questions at him and let him go off about snow bunnies and
And nothing
Obama and
hard
whatever.
about the damn school. They not questioning him about that damn school.
Right. Shout out to brother Ish. It said with him still being out here and off code as hell, does that give agent vibes? Some people might say so.
I mean, you got to
Some
put the
people might
kufi
say so.
on. You might have to put the kufi on.
People are looking at a lot of the Pan-African movements and organizations have been sponsored by some of the intelligence agencies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that is a thing. That's a good question. That's a good question. I'm not saying yay or nay. I'm just saying, some people might look at it that way. But yeah, so how do we deal with Umar?
Ignore.
We just ignore him?
Because the thing about it, if we're ignoring him, you know what I'm saying? If he goes on a Breakfast Club and we don't show up to listen to it, they'll stop. As long as we're giving light to it, you know what I'm saying? They're going to keep amplifying his voice, even though he ain't saying shit. But he said stuff. I don't want to say that he said stuff, but he's saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And we're on a whole nother thing. We're talking about reparations, Dr. Umar, and we ain't talking about it for everybody right now. Right now, we're talking about lineage-based reparations, and we can talk about the diaspora later. But right now, we're talking about the black folks here in America, right? And so you either get on code with us, or we will ignore you until you either get on code or go away. That's just what it has to be.
So I remember him saying he was a direct descendant of Frederick Douglass and Harriet
Yep.
Tubman. Once that was found to be a lie, I knew he wasn't about nothing. Yeah, like I said,
Cuban.
a lot of people, been written him off. Those of us out here in these streets, but that doesn't make him less of a problem just because we know what time it is. So that's my question to y'all in the chat. That's the question I'm asking y'all in the chat. Those of us who, see his presence as a problem. What is our play? What should we do about that? How do we handle that situation in order to delegitimize him or whatever the case may be? You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, like I said, he's being used and he's being weaponized against us and our cause. So how do we go about that? That's my question to the chat. If you're watching this on the replay, let me know what you think in the comment section. And the answer to the question of the broadcast is caricature or calculated. The answer is caricature. It's not calculated at all. It's not calculated controversy at all. This is just him really stepping into and embracing the caricature of himself.
Right.
This is what works. This is what gets the clicks and views. I'm just gonna walk right into that.
And he don't care how he get them, long as he's getting them.
And so, as we wait for some of y'all to give your response to those questions, what else is going on out here in these streets?
So Friday I went on a reparations march out here in Compton with my good brother Billion and some other brothers and another sister. We just kind of, passed out, some materials to the locals over there. A lot of good reception. Well, let me go back. Wednesday, Thursday last week, we went to a town hall in Compton. We listened to the people's grievances and stuff like that. Most people, older people are talking about, police response to vandalization, graffiti, things like that that they would like to see clean. And so our brother Billions got up there and he spoke about AB 1315, gentrification in Compton, because it was another man that got upset. He had been, in the city of Compton for over 60 years. You know what I'm saying? And so we see how we're trying to be replaced, all this stuff. So he got up there speaking to the elders about AB 1315 and just reparations in general, lineage-based reparations in general. And prior to him speaking, I'll say there was a good 5, 6 people ahead of him. And once he spoke, like once everybody got off, nobody said nothing. You just wait for them to call the next name because you get on a list. Like those old people literally started clapping. The only applause at the town hall, these were a lot of older people, 60s, 70s, you know what I'm saying? The only applause that they got, and they started asking for the materials that, we've been passing out while going on the marches and stuff like that. Like, hey, can you, give me some information on that? And you know how I am. Sincere, I was like, Shamika, not everybody know. Not everybody knows about reparations. Not everybody knows about what the grassroots is doing. And doing that town hall, I get it. They don't. It's our elders do not know. They're looking at CNN. They're looking at MSNBC. They literally do not know what's really going on, in the local politics. Everybody is so focused on Donald Trump, and whatever, and Elon Musk, they don't know what's happening right here under their noses. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was really, really refreshing to see the applause, but also have them ask for the materials and want to talk after because they really
Right.
want understanding.
Right. And that's what I've been trying to get across.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have to give a certain amount of grace, and
Mm-hmm.
we have to understand the work that we have. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand the assignment, you know what I'm saying, that we have in order to, spread this message and spread this word, because there's a lot of people out there that's just not in tune. You assume because you know that everybody's supposed to know.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just not like that. But the thing about it is when they hear it from somebody that's making
They're
sense,
intrigued.
it usually, like I was talking about, I don't know if it was last week or whatever when we was on here, like in the barbershop, I see it all the time. Like most of the time, I'm the only person talking like this when these discussions come up. But usually there's always one or two people that come up to me when everything kind of dies down and want to know
Mm-hmm.
more. You know
More,
what I'm saying?
yes.
Or they'll come back the next week. Because what a lot of people will do is they'll go try to do some research to come back and debunk you. But really that's them just trying to inquire more. They're trying to dig a little deeper. They're trying to make sure what you're saying, you know what I'm saying, it's going to hold up against scrutiny before they go run just repeating what they heard you say. You know what I'm saying? They want to give you pushback to see if you're going to be able to withstand the scrutiny. And so I see that happen a lot of times, man. But when people hear something that makes sense, they be like, oh, you know what? I never thought about it that way. Yeah. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And so everybody's not just a coon because they don't know what time it is.
They don't
Everybody's not,
know.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about FBAs and non-FBAs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
For real. Seriously. They just don't know. And some of the young ones too. I want to say that. But what I was telling, because there's going to be another town hall next Saturday, Saturday coming up on the 15th, and I'm gonna go, and we're trying to strategize. Because I feel like, you know, going out there doing the week and stuff is cool. I feel like we need to go where Black people are, which is the churches.
Right.
I feel that way
You're right.
because, again, these elders were definitely very, very receptive to the information, and they really, really want to understand it, and they truly didn't know. And we're, talking about, what we built, how we're being gentrified out, how every other group has gotten a form of reparations, and we still have not, and we're allowing these politicians to come into, in our faces, like you guys, they were talking about raising some type of tax in Compton. And so one of the grievance was from one of the guys was whatever the tax was, just say it was 50 something cent, right? and they just jumped it up to over $3 and something. And he was saying it's not the fact that I can afford $3. Number one, y'all not telling me what it's for, and secondly, how do we go from 50 cents to $3.50? Usually the increase is gradual, yet when I call my local police department because his property got vandalized, he called, so it was a naked homeless man in his yard, naked. He called 911. He said they got there probably in 10 minutes. All they did was make the man walk away and leave, and they drove off. Well, as soon as they drove off, the same naked man came back, and he started to vandalize his and his neighbor's car. So they called back, and they came back. They didn't arrest him or anything, just shooed him away. So he's like, but if I, you know, defend myself, or cause bodily harm, the first thing y'all gonna do is put me in cuffs and haul me out. Why didn't y'all haul him out? What are we paying all these taxes for and these increases for, and y'all not even doing anything about, because Compton had its own police department. It used to be Compton PD. They just turned it into LA, where it's Compton Sheriff Department now. But they still have their own sheriff's department, and nothing is being done to protect, those elders from these homeless people.
Yeah, I get it.
So it's crazy stuff like that. That was, their grievances. But once they heard about reparations, though, and we were like, and the crazy part about it is everyone on those every one of the council people that were there are all Black, not one foreigner, y'all. And when he was up there talking about, reparations, they looking over here, they were just so, it was to me, very disrespectful. And we all were talking about that, in the end. It's like, they'll listen to the elders about, the grievances that they're having. But when we got up there, or when Billions was up there talking about reparations, they were looking this way and that way, just uninterested. And it feels very, very disrespectful.
It's meant to demoralize you. That's
it
meant
is
to demoralize you. Yeah.
Definitely. And I think especially once those elders started clapping, they have never heard that and said, I ain't heard this. Give me that. What's that about? We was like, yeah, y'all need to talk to them. You need to talk to your local legislative. We just found out from CJ, who's the head of one of the heads of CJEC, the Coalition for Reparations here in California.
Yeah.
Come to find out that some folk over there at the Congressional California Congressional Legislative, whatever the hell, they've been putting word out that the reparationists or grassroots reparationists have been threatening their lives, and putting just some negative things out there. Like, no one has threatened to kill y'all. We're just talking about, reparations, which you guys do not want to step up and do. You know what I'm saying? So they're going out there and they're finding out from other people within that they're going out here planting these negative seeds to basically put fear in people too. And they've been buying people out to push these narratives out here. And this is not just conjecture, but this is with evidence, with proof that they're being paid out to do this.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, while we on the topic of reparations, I'm gonna drop this link in the chat as well. But there's also a task force in New York.
Yeah.
And shout out to our sister Brooke. She was out there. She spoke to the commission out there. And the link that I just dropped in the chat is a link where we all can go to the New York State Commission and give our feedback about, what they need to be doing about these reparations out there in New York.
The language.
You know what I'm saying? So you just go on there, put your name in there, address and all of that stuff. And then, you write your comment and submit it. And that's one way that you can support. You can also send emails and you can call. And so if you go to the link that's on there, it has the phone number there. I thought it had the email also. I don't have the email in front of me, but if you go to the link that I dropped in the chat, it has the form that you could fill out to submit your comment. And it also has the phone number, which is 518-437-3997. 518-473. I'm sorry. 518-473-3997. 518-473-3997. That's where you can call New York State Commission and have your voice heard. Make sure that they get the language right when it comes to these reparations out there in New York.
Everywhere too, not just New York, everywhere, because they know what language would automatically get it reparations shut down, which is race-based reparations. So we know
Right.
that they cannot reparations cannot be race-based, it has to be lineage-based, so we definitely want them to get the language right. And if you're here in California, we definitely want you to support AB 1315, which does create a new California Freedmen's Affairs Agency similar to the Freedmen's Bureau, right? That way we can get assistance with genealogy for some people who may not know how to do it. It's hard. I've been working on mine for a while. It's not the easiest thing to do. I've gotten help from my cousin Star. She's helped me with some, but it's not an easy thing to do. But I feel like people have a. I was arguing with someone yesterday. They felt like we didn't need any type of agency. Why do we need an agency that's going to get the government involved? We can do what we've been doing on our own. We don't need an agency. Well, I feel like we technically do, so we can know who is getting the check. And we're also going to this government to get what is owed to us. So they're going to want some type of, I just can't go in there and be like, oh, I'm Freedman. Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
write your name down here. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be some type of checks and balances,
Nah, yeah,
for
we
it
need
all.
that.
So I don't mind the agency.
Right. Just like they have the Indian Affairs thing or whatever
Right.
the case may be. Yeah, same type of deal.
Same thing.
Same
Yeah.
type of deal.
Some people literally want to argue just to be arguing. Bill Gates had on a shirt that said African Town, Africa Town. Mind you, that's Lamert Park here in LA. Is part of Africa Town. That was our Black enclave, which has been completely gentrified, by the way. And so, but he's 1000%, about lineage-based reparations. Is he a Pan-African? Yeah, but he's on code. He know where them checks supposed to
That's
go
all that
to,
matters.
and who it's supposed to go to. I don't care what shirt he got on.
That's all that matters. Shout out to Lock Vegas with the $4.99 super
Thank
chat. I
you.
appreciate that. Remember that Bell Hooks' daughter went on record stating that both Bell Hooks and feminism are toxic. She was a terrible mother, according to her.
See?
Yeah, man. A lot of that stuff, man. A lot of those people were found to be connected with CIA, FBI, and all of that stuff. Like that whole feminist movement was a government operation. You know what I'm saying? In other countries, what they like to do to cause division, they'll exploit the tribalism. They'll exploit religious differences and things of that nature. But over here, we don't operate under tribal systems. You know what I'm saying? We all pretty much practice the same religion because we were forced into Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing that they used here was gender. During the civil rights movement, when we was really, putting some pain on the white supremacists, they pulled a lot of the women to the side,
Mm-hmm.
and told them about the patriarchy and the sisterhood and how we all women need to get together to overthrow the patriarchy, and that's the real problem, and it's the men that start all these wars, and it's the men that cause all these problems. But if women had our rightful place in society, we could run society better. And too many Black women bought into that, particularly the ones that were going to these higher league institutions during the late 60s, early 70s, and all of that. And when they came out with their education, they were sent into these Black organizations like the Panthers and all of that, specifically to disrupt what was going on. They started complaining about how it seemed like, in the Black Panther Party, the men are barking out all the orders and the women are just taking notes and and it kind of disrupted and redirected the energy, and it was successful. It was very successful. And they still trying to run the same play. And so in our generation, we got to be diligent enough, like I said earlier, talking about the Doechii thing, to peep game early to see, who they're building up to put out there and throw out there to run these misdirections. We got to see it coming before it happens and delegitimize these people while they're trying to legitimize them, because that's what we see going on. But they got them going all over the billboards and the Grammy Awards and all of that stuff. This is them credentializing their tool. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I wasn't sure how soon it was going to be that she was going to, come up the middle with this stuff. I thought they was gonna, finish credentializing her, but I guess they feel like they did enough by, giving her the Grammy and all of that. And so they're like, hey, we ain't got time to waste. Let's go.
Did you
Let's go.
see? Did y'all see these white women walking around here calling themselves feminists with their titties out, talking about racism
Yeah.
and all this stuff?
Yeah, they were over there in France, right?
Right. And this is what black women have. You let these type of people come tell you anything. Like, what is
Right.
wrong with y'all?
Yeah,
These
I
women
can't
look crazy.
show it to y'all on here, but yeah,
No.
there was some white women feminist organization out there in France. They marching in the streets dressed like Hitler, kind of got a little Hitler mustaches, and they got
The hat.
body paint on with like the American flag with a swastika over it, and I think the French flag and the Ukrainian flag with the swastika over it, and I
With
don't
their
know.
titties out. And
Yeah,
feminism written all over their bodies and shit too.
yeah, talking about fascism and all that stuff. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
what they got going on,
Going right home to their man.
but black men and black women, man, the thing that we have to just understand is we in the same boat. Our problem is white supremacy. There is no patriarchy in black society. Black men have never had the power nor the desire to determine, the wages of our women and who's going to be able to work where and all of that stuff. And, we've never had that. The thing that they complain about is catcalling.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said earlier they worried about pumping their gas. They're gonna get attacked by some straight black man. You got crazy niggas everywhere, and ain't
Yeah,
just black men that are crazy. You got
but
crazy
what is the
people all over
dude
the
in the
place.
wig and the fingernails gonna do to help you? I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, what he gonna do? Where he at?
Right. And it goes back to when she was saying that about her red flag is straight black men. That goes back to, remember when they were saying straight black men are the white people of black people.
Says the root. Yep, I remember
Remember,
that.
y'all remember that, right?
In the root.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And let me pull that article up as a matter of fact. Just so I can show you, like I said, what their actual complaints are when they talk about the so-called patriarchy in black society. And it's not really loading up, so I don't know what's going on here. Oh, okay, here we go. I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling down to get to where they were talking about, because in the beginning they're trying to explain. They're like, yeah, I know it sounds kind of crazy to say black men and compare black men to white men and all that. No, it sounds kind of crazy because black men, they're mass incarcerated and they get shot, and they did a little explaining in the beginning, but then they went on to say, but y'all don't understand. When black women, here you go. When black women share that we pose the same existential and literal danger to them that whiteness does to us, and this is a so-called black man writing this article. And when black women ask us to give them the benefit of the doubt about street harassment and sexual assault and other forms of harassment and violence we might not personally witness, and when black women tell us that allowing our cousins and our brothers and co-workers and niggas to use misogynistic language propagates that culture of danger, and when black women admit how scary it can be to get followed and approached by a man while waiting for a bus or walking home from work, and when black women articulate how hurtful it is for our reactions to domestic abuse and their rapes and murders to be what women need to do differently to prevent this from happening. The thing is, if you have a black man in your life, you will be protected from most of these things that they're talking about. Who's going to protect you from these things if it's not a straight black man?
I want to show you. Speaking,
you know what I'm saying? It ain't the white feminist. The white feminist is not going to be your protection. You know what I'm saying? Some sassy nigga prancing around trying to look prettier than you ain't going to be your protection. You know what I'm saying? And like I said earlier, this is not something that's happening on a systematic level in black society. There's no system in place that's perpetuating this, that's allowing this to happen, with perpetuity. I mean, with impunity. Right? That's not happening. You know what I'm saying? This is some random dusty niggas doing what random dusty niggas do. Ain't nobody co-signing that in black society. Nobody co-signs that. That's not something that's just normalized in the culture, making black women feel unsafe and unprotected, trying to catch a bus or pump their gas or whatever. No,
Right.
that's not something that's normal. We don't rock with that.
Did you guys see that? You know how that red balloon, dating type thing where they pop the balloon?
Yeah.
And it was a situation where, and it kind of went viral. She didn't choose this guy or whatever, and so they always have to go and tell the guy why they didn't choose him. And so she told him, "Why I didn't choose you? Because you're kind of flashy, like you got, your jewelry on and designer. You know what I'm saying? And that's just too flashy for me. I wouldn't want to be out with you, and we end up getting robbed or something just because you're just a little flashy with your jewelry or whatever." And so he was like, I respect that. He was like, but, you know, why do I have to, not, show off what I have if that's what I choose to do or dress the way that I want to dress? He was like, I'm a man. So my job as your man is to also protect you from someone like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you think that I'm just, out here flashing without the ability to one provide, but also to protect my woman. He was like, but I'll say this, you flashy too. You out here with your titties out, your ass out, you know what I'm saying? You're flashing too. You know what I'm saying? But as your man, you know what I'm saying, I would be able to protect you from, any type of outside forces trying to get at me or you. And he didn't say it in that way, but I respected what he said so much because you don't hear a lot of men, especially when he in his 30s or so, talking about, protecting this woman. I'm not going to let someone run up on me or you. My job as your man is to protect you from harm. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that hit. I'm gonna take that bullet, whatever. You know what I'm saying, to protect you. And she just left. She was left speechless and looking goofy.
I don't think she was goofy for it though. I don't know where she comes from. She could be traumatized from, certain incidences that she's seen or throughout her life or whatever. She might have lost somebody, you know. I don't think it's goofy. I think it's legitimate, but I do like the way that he responded to it. You know what I'm saying?
And
And
mind you,
so,
she got everything out on display. So who's protecting you when you're getting out your car at
mhm,
night, and you got your things out? Because if there's a person that wants to R word you and he see that, who's there, to protect you from that? You know what I'm saying? Because you're on this dating show because you're looking for a man, right? So
mhm,
the right man is going to protect you from all of that.
right. Yeah, that's a fact. And
Hmm.
even that, women dressed in a certain way, um, kind of puts your man at risk too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, we're both protectors of each other because you could protect your man by being a little more modest when you're out in public with your man or whatever, not putting him in position to have to defend you against some dusty nigga that want to be
exactly.
disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So that's a form of protection right there by just, not showing so much and all of that when you're out in public. You know what I'm saying? And putting your dude in that position. So we both got to look out for each other. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
I
That's
loved
just,
his response. And it was
yeah.
very classy. But when he brought her, he was like, "You out here, flashing the titties and the ass out, like, you know, who's gonna
So
protect you?"
so he didn't pop her balloon, but she popped for him. That's how that went.
I think it's she didn't choose him. I don't know how it was or whatever. I
Okay.
don't know who pops what, but and then they had to walk up and she was like, I didn't choose you, because you're just a little flashy. She was like, you got the, diamond, on. I think he had a Rolex on, She was like, that's just, a little much for me. I worry that if we're out in public, someone might try to rob us, because you got the bling or whatever. And so it was like that.
All right.
And that's when he was like, well, as a man, I'm supposed to defend you and me.
All right.
I'm never going to let anything or anyone just come and harm either one of us. I'm supposed to protect you as my queen. He's like, breaking it down. He was like, but also I have to throw in, you just walked up to me. All this is out and she is heavy, top heavy, everything all strapless, dress on, form fitted. You know what I'm saying? So I can say the
Shout
same thing about you.
shout out Lock Vegas again with the super chat. Lock Vegas says domestic abuse is bi-directional between black men and black women for the most part. When it is unidirectional, Black women do it at a 70% and black men at a 30%. That's interesting.
Let me tell you, I done popped. Uh, uh, um,
Confession, go ahead. These are my confessions.
I have passed. Let me just say this. I have never in my life been shoved, slapped, hit, punched, choked, nothing by a man. Ever in my life. No one that I've ever dated, my children's fathers, nothing in my life. I don't know what that feels like. Now ask me, have I done it?
Now, have you popped a couple niggas
Yes.
in the mouth?
Ran one over with a car. And again, I was a lot younger, y'all. I was like 23.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that. You got sense when you 23. You running niggas over with cars.
I didn't have control of my emotions, but yes, I have. I will. Yeah. Throwing them.
Well, there y'all go, right out the horse's mouth.
So I know that I believe that statistic because I know that I'm one, at that point in time, that will pass a lick.
Well, I don't know how they come up with the statistic though, because most men ain't gonna report it. Most men ain't reporting this stuff, so I don't know how they come up with those numbers.
Well,
but
probably because when they get those domestic violence calls, a lot of times they pull both to the side. Well, what happened here? You know what I'm saying? And she can say, I hit him, he hit me back, or he pushed me, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes the neighbors may have called. No one in the house called. They're always more than likely going to take the man. Either way, they still are going to take the man to jail.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But the thing is, man, this whole feminism agenda, it's not good. It has no place in Black society. It's only meant to leave the women vulnerable and without any protection. You know what I'm saying? And it makes you a participant in your own destruction. You know what I'm saying? You become a participant by assisting the white supremacists with taking down your man and leaving you vulnerable and your children vulnerable without any protection from, the one that God gave to protect you in the first place. So, you can't fall into that.
No, on Friday, when we got back from our march in Compton, we went back to our cars. My car happened to be on flat. How? I don't know, but my back tire is on flat. Every man that I was with during that march never left me. They changed. I was like, it's okay. I'll just call AAA because I don't know how to change the tire. They was like, no, we got this. You got a spare? And I was like, oh, yeah. Took everything out. Everybody literally stayed with me. Two of the guys, worked together, changed my tire, put my donut, tire on, was like, all right, sis, we'll see you next week. Call, checked in on me. Make sure you go, get your tire fixed. But all those brothers literally stayed there,
And let me tell you something.
I felt protected in that. And it's broad daylight.
And let me tell you something. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
That's normal. Most of us get down like that.
Exactly.
It's not the opposite.
1000%.
Most of us get down like that. You could have been a complete stranger. You know what I'm saying? We see a sister in distress like that, and we could easily help out, help her change the tire, whatever the case may be. Most of us are gonna volunteer and step in and handle that. You know what I'm saying?
And I am a stranger to them for the most part. I met them last week at the town hall. I've seen them, at other events. I just never said anything because I'm usually just in the cut, observing, looking. I don't really speak or anything. I'll speak to people around me, but I've seen these brothers before, but never really spoke to them except for last week. And then he invited me to the march, on Friday, and I end up going. And yeah, it felt good, not to say that you don't experience that with Black men, but when I said, oh, it's like what, 2:00 at this point in the afternoon. Oh, I'll call AAA. It's okay. You guys can go. And they was like, no, we good. We're going to stay right here. We can go on and fix it. There's no need to call AAA. We can fix this. We got you. That felt amazing.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. No doubt. Indeed. Indeed. And before we go, y'all, before we get out of here, I want to talk about LeBron James pressing Stephen A. Smith the other day. I know y'all seen that by now. I I want to get everybody's thoughts, especially Nicely. Especially Nicely. I want to get get all of y'all thoughts about this. So, Stephen A. Smith, he was giving some commentary and some critique about LeBron James' son, Bronny James, not being ready for the league. Basically, you talked about him averaging 0.3 points and 0.3 this, that, and the third, and him not really being ready, and that LeBron is not really doing him any favors by having him out there like that. He should just be playing in the G League until he's ready. Stephen A, I thought was pretty respectful the way he spoke about it. I don't think he was disrespectful at all. I think he's doing his job. He got to speak about it. I'm saying? He's an NBA player. Whether he's LeBron's son or not.
He was never an NBA player, by the way.
Huh?
He never went to the NBA.
I'm talking about Bronny.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of Stephen A. I know he played in college, but he never. Yeah.
I don't even think he played college. I think he only played high school or something. I
Oh,
don't even think he
wow.
played college. Yeah, Stephen A was a bum. But yeah, I thought Stephen A, he was respectful in his commentary. He went out of his way. I would say he went out of his way to be as respectful as possible. But LeBron still felt the way about it. And when he seen him at the Knicks game a couple of days ago, he approached him after the game. And we don't know exactly what was said, but y'all could see the energy exchange right here. And some people could read lips. So I think they were saying, he said, keep my son name out your mouth or something like that, or keep my son out of this or whatever. Press Stephen A, embarrassed him a little bit. And so, the internet been talking about this for a while. So last couple of days. So what's your take, Nicey?
I feel like LeBron was goofy. That's a grown young man. He's getting paid, I believe, $8 million. He got an $8 million contract. He's gonna get critiqued just like everybody else. He gets no passes just because he's your son. Everyone else has to get critiqued on their stats and their performance on that court. Although you are his father, I get it, but that was not cool. You didn't have that same smoke for him when he says anything about anyone else. I understand it's different though, because that's his son. I think he goes into protection mode, and I get that, but he's getting paid $8 million. He's now with the big boys now. And so you're going to get, critiqued like the big boys.
Right. And I agree with everything you said. And like I said, Stephen A was respectful. He wasn't disrespectful at all. What LeBron James did wasn't exactly called for. But at the same time, as a father, it don't matter if you right or wrong, or my son right or wrong or not. That's my son. I don't care if I'm wrong. Yeah, LeBron was wrong, but you could be wrong about your son. That's how I feel about it. You could be dead ass wrong about riding out for your son. Yeah, you know what you said, Stephen A, was kind of right. You ain't really say nothing wrong, and you kept it respectful, and I'll still slap the shit out you about my son, nigga. So how about that?
Okay, so did you see what Ari Spears said about it? His commentary?
No, and he a sucker too, but what'd he say?
He's definitely a certified Ku Klux Klan member.
And he's funny too, though. I ain't gonna lie.
That's
He's a
it,
funny ass
yeah.
comedian. He's a funny ass
But he
comedian.
called out LeBron. He was just like, there was a time when LeBron, was new to the league, and he got into a scrimmage, and so his mom, tried to jump up in somebody's face, like, you don't put my hands on my, my son, he's 19, 20. And so he told his mama right then and there, like, you stay out of it. I'm a grown man and I can handle this, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And you young as your son now, or younger in that moment, but you had enough sense at that point, to tell your mother to fall back, because at that point you wanted to be a grown man. You had to, go through this or whatever. So why are you not giving your son the same grace? And so
I don't like that take. I don't like that take because that's a woman.
Why?
Because that's a woman. That's a woman. So even as a young man, as a son, you still the protector in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Your mom shouldn't have to be the protector. You the protector. You know what I'm saying? As a man. So I don't really like that take that much. Like I said, LeBron was wrong. Stephen A ain't do nothing wrong. But at the same time, like, I don't care.
That's still his seed.
I don't care. That's my son, nigga. I'll slap shit out you behind my son. Period.
But
You know what I'm saying?
but you
The
gotta
problem
slap
that
the
I
shit out
have
of
with it,
somebody for something that they need to be slapped the shit out of. He's doing his job. He should not be in the big leagues. Take his ass to the G League. That's
right,
where he belongs. And he got there due to nepotism, which I definitely have no problem with either, because I think black
right,
people should do more of it. We need to practice that a
right.
1000%. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with any of those things, but I don't feel like I don't feel like Bronny was ready. That's me.
Now that's what I was about to say. This is where I was going with it. The only problem that I really have with it, because like I said, he could be wrong, but I don't care.
Right.
Be wrong. Be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But would you have that same smoke if it was a white man? That's the question that I have for LeBron.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's and if not, that's a major problem. That's the biggest problem out of this whole thing. Would you still have that same smoke for one of those white commentators if it was one of them? And I
Skip
don't I
could
don't
have
watch a
said
lot of
anything
them.
he wanted.
I don't watch a lot of them. I don't watch a lot of them. So I don't know if they have critiqued Bronny, in the same or similar way. If so, you a sucker for that, LeBron. If you pressing
Mhm.
Stephen A, but you giving these white dudes a pass, now
Right.
that's some sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Keep the same energy across the board. You know what I mean? If you going right out for your son, even though you dead ass wrong, do it with the white boys too. That's the
That
only
part.
thing I would say.
I second that motion.
All right. But other than that, hey, shit, that's your son, nigga. Shit. Crash out. Crash out. I ain't got a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? And that's my team. I fuck with the Lakers. I fuck with LeBron. And we lost last night to Boston. They broke our winning streak. I think we won like 7 in a row before that. Ever since Luka came over there, they've been balling. They've been doing their thing. They like the number 2 seed in the West now. And so, the NBA getting real interesting again. NBA getting real interesting again. And so hopefully the Lakers pull it off, man. That's what I want to see. You're not a Lakers fan?
I'm only doing playoffs. I don't look at it only doing playoffs. That's
Yeah,
it.
me too. But
Yeah.
I'm saying you from
Yeah, I'm a
LA.
fan for sure. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm also
No
a
doubt.
Warriors fan too, because they're in Cali.
I like the Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Warriors. Yeah. I like them. I'm from New York, but I've never been a Knicks fan. So
No, yeah,
that's just it.
I've heard that have they ever won anything?
No, not in my
Yeah,
lifetime.
not nothing. Yeah, that's crazy.
Not in my lifetime. But yeah, I never liked Boston either, but Jaylen Brown, I like him.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I like him as a player and just as a man. He be tapped in with the grassroots and all of that too. You know what I'm saying? Real smart brother. You know who he is?
No, I'm thinking about this. It's not him, but it's this other one who has recently had a child with the baby mama, and he told her to take him to court because he don't want to be in a baby life or something like some weird
Oh, I
like that.
did see that. Who was that? I did see something
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it wasn't Jaylen Brown.
It was not Jaylen Brown. I cannot think of this dude's name because he also has a new shoe out. And so there's been this viral video of this woman taking her son to like Foot Locker, to go buy some shoes. He picked up his shoe and she was like, pick another shoe. Basically trying to say because he don't want, to deal with his new kid or whatever and just want to sign his, rights away or whatever. So she was like, nope, find somebody, find another shoe. You're not buying that.
That was Ant-Man? They saying that was Anthony Edwards. That was Ant-Man that did that?
Yeah, recently.
What's up with that?
And it's the baby. She has a kid also with the baby. Not the baby, the baby. The baby. The one who they're talking about.
Little baby or the baby?
Lil baby. Maybe it's Lil baby.
Little
It's
baby?
one of them babies. Yeah, she has a kid with him as well.
What's up with that though, Ant? And I like Ant too. I like Ant-Man too as a player,
Yeah.
But
I mean, he made a mistake. You had a child with someone that you didn't want to be with, obviously, or like, but there was ways to prevent that, buddy. Baby's here now.
Yeah. You
You just can't sign it away.
can't do that.
Yeah, that's weird of him. Maybe he's just angry right now and going through whatever, but you can't do that, man. You gotta step
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, you gotta get it together, brother.
Cute
Get
little
that together. But yeah, man, we about to get up out of here, man. We've been on here for a little minute with y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in with us this afternoon, this evening.
About to get ready for the 90s party. I got my little outfit. I'm wearing roller skates.
All right.
Yeah, I'm about
All
to
right.
get ready for that.
All right, so that's it, fam. We ain't got no other announcements to make, I don't think.
Yes, we do. If you are a Black business owner or entrepreneur and you would like to have your business showcased on the Godcast, please email us at godcastenterprises@gmail.com. That's godcastenterprises@gmail.com, or send either of us a DM.
Yes, indeed. And that does it for today's episode of Sincere Love the Godcast. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Always remember, family, we are not the master teachers, but we are the master students and signal boosters for the voices of the new Black media. We out of here. Peace and Black love.
Yeah, like that. Let's see what's in the God's mind. Listen.